But anybody could have joined us, right? Even though it wasn't live, or could they not? They could.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah, because it was the same link I gave you.
Yeah. So, are we live?
Yes. We
Okay.
are now live.
So, let's see. Let's look at the agenda.
You look tired, Dan.
Do I?
Yeah.
I had Joe's kid today.
Who?
Joe Porter's son. And
Why?
Oh, we were just playing.
Oh, was Joe there?
We were playing soccer for I don't know how long. No, Joe was probably just dealing.
Oh, so you had him over as a friend for your kid?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Joe's kid is really tall. Looks like he's about 8 years old. He's 6.
Oh. Is he in kindergarten or first grade?
Kindergarten.
Oh.
But he looks like he's 8. So,
didn't it rain in Freeport today?
oh yeah, we were out there in the rain. At one point, the kids were into just throwing a ball up into a tree, and that's about it. So, I wonder if anybody's watching and doesn't want to participate, because I did have somebody who said they wanted to do that. What I was hoping that we would do is go over Google add-ons today, right, Ann?
Yep. You gonna do your screen share? Share your screen.
So yeah. So let's do that.
Okay. I see Michelle Brown, but I don't hear Michelle Brown. What are you doing on there?
Can you see me?
No.
My camera doesn't work, though. That would make sense.
Did your camera used to work?
Well, it works intermittently.
Yeah, mine was doing that too, and then all of a sudden it started working.
So I'm listening, and I can see you.
And we can see a picture of you.
I'm really not driving a boat right now.
What do you teach, Michelle?
Falmouth Elementary.
What grade?
3rd.
Oh, wow.
So what Dan's going to do right now isn't really going to help you much.
All right, then I'll sign off. I was going to check it because you were promoting it. I'm like, I got to check in.
Yeah.
I think it's great that you have.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of anything that I would do. The bibliography thing, not really. What was the other thing? Oh, no, not really.
How about Google Hangout?
What?
How about Google Hangout? Could she use this with her kids?
Google Hangout you could use with kids. Well, we used it once well, it's hard because the reason you would use Google Hangout would be to connect with other people. So if we could find a way to connect with other classrooms, that's how it would work. You know what I mean? Like, when you did that turtle thing, the turtle visit?
Right.
Other classrooms at the same time. So a lot of times they have classrooms. I'm on, I forget what it's called, like Google Classrooms. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, you can find people who are looking for, like I just saw one not too long ago, there'll be a classroom in, Egypt looking to read a story with a classroom in the United States. So there's always stuff like that.
How much different is that than just Skyping with them, though?
It's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing if you're just doing 2 classrooms. The advantage to Google Hangout is you could do it with 10.
Does everybody know each other here? I doubt it.
Well, Michelle knows Kathy Sinnott.
So Beth Donovan?
Hi. Where's Kathy?
Kathy?
Yeah.
You can hover over your picture.
Okay.
And then you can see who people are.
Okay, great.
Another thing you can do is on the left-hand side.
Kathy's got a friend behind her.
Hello, everybody.
Nice. On the left-hand side, you can um, down below Google Effects, if you hover over that, there's the toolbox.
Mm-hmm.
And if you click on the toolbox and allow that and accept that, then you can make yourself a little sort of caption to identify who you are.
Oh, okay.
You could try doing. Any of you
I
guys
just
could
did it.
try doing that. Ann did it?
I hope so. I tried. Yes, I did. You should see my name now.
We do.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and
Right, so you can get fancy like that.
And remember, it looks backwards to you, because that's always kind of freaky.
Did you have a good trip, Amy?
Right, that'll help all of us identify each other. Now that we have such a diverse group.
I know. Usually we have a lot of high school teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go left to right, Beth is it from the high school, Dan is at the high school, Jean is double. Jean's there twice. Jean, why are you?
Yeah.
We see you stationary and moving.
That's
really
because one of my computers froze. So as I was going on, it froze, so I couldn't. Anyway, so I just switched to my laptop.
Oh, okay. Jackie's at the middle school. Kathy, who disappeared from view, is at the elementary school. Michelle, who has a picture, is at the elementary school. And Rebecca's at the high school. So, good representation.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dan, you want to get started?
Yeah, sure. This would be awesome. So what I'd like everybody to do is, if you can go back to the website that you probably used to join here, there's a page that says Hangout Notes. And I want you to go there, and there's a student information form. And I was hoping that whoever joined tonight could just put their name in there. And let me know if you're having any problems finding that. And so anybody who's watching and didn't want to get their mug in there, and I would totally understand that, considering probably how I'm looking right now. But you could participate too that way. Also, the class document, everybody would be looking at that, and you could write questions there or put comments there.
And on the upper left-hand corner, if you click in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little blue thing. It looks like a piece of paper, and it says chat. If you click on that, I just put the link to the Google Doc. It'll show up on the right. So if you click on that little blue thing in the upper left-hand corner, it'll open up the chat, and you can click right on that link if you're having trouble getting back to the document.
And that's where you want us to sign in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the doc, Beth, there's on the May 4th doc, right at the top, it says Student Information Form. You can just click that. I think it's 2 questions. What's your first name and what's your last name?
I can do that.
Yep.
Got it.
Nice.
Now I have to get back to you guys. Okay.
So this is pretty lame, but could you go over how to add your name again?
If you go on the left, Gene, and you just mouse over on the left, you get all those options that come up. If you go to the toolbox, it's like a toolbox, and you click on that, and then you click on the little person with the circle around it. It says lower third, and you can write your name in there, but then you also have to click on for it to show up.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Beth.
Hey, Patty, you want to sign in? Were you here for that?
I was not here, sorry.
That's okay. So on the class document at the top, there's a student information form.
I just put it in the chat too, so if you go to the blue link on the top, you'll find it too.
Hey, mate.
Howdy.
Oh, hey, Nate.
I see.
You got it there? Patty?
No, where is it?
So, in the, on the web page, under Hangout Notes, under May 4th, at the very top of that page, and also if you hit your chat button, it sounds like Ann put it over in on the right-hand side.
Yeah, to
Right in
get
the
the
chat.
chat window to come up, if you just mouse over the left side of the screen you're on, the very top one is blue with white lines on it.
Yep, I have the chat window open.
Okay, do you see the link?
Under Ann's name?
That happened.
Yeah. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the Google Doc, and then at the very top, there's something that says, please fill out the student information. Oh, that's odd. It's not there, Dan.
Oh, really?
No, it's gone.
I think I took it away.
I have it.
Mm.
Oh, somebody. Oh, yeah.
I might have taken it away.
But it's still there. You just changed it to your name. That was
You told me to put my name in there. I was trying.
You know, you did a good job.
That's okay. That's okay. That's funny.
So you're gonna switch it back, or you want me to do it? I don't want to do it if you're gonna do it.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay, you do it.
All right, stand by. That's funny. No wonder we were having such issues. There we go. Now everybody can click on it. And I can put it in the chat if I can ever get back there.
Oh my.
Oh, that was me. My bad. Maybe.
It should be the same link.
Okay, now it's there.
There we go.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, look at the baby. Oh, we get to see a baby. How old is she, Jackie? Or he?
She's 12 weeks. She's 6, so she's crying.
Oh, she's big.
She's muted.
I probably can't stay long.
What's the matter with her?
All right, so I'm taking a look, and I got Becca and Ann and Jean and Beth and Jackie and Nate and Patty. Is that everybody? I guess it is.
Michelle. You have Michelle?
No,
I think she's probably afraid to do it again.
I wouldn't be surprised. Which it's fine.
I'll add her. Oh, no, I
Well,
can't.
yeah, you can't.
I can't. Nope, I can't do that.
It's okay. I can add her along the way. All right, so I'm going to show you guys, for those of you who care, who are, accepting work digitally, a way to accept work digitally, in a more organized form. All right? And so this will all be recorded in case it was something that would interest you. So I'm going to share my screen. And you can, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, they just need to click on me in order to make sure that they're looking at my screen, correct?
Correct.
All right. So you probably can see my screen, and I'm going to go to...
No.
No
Yep.
what?
Oh, there you are. Okay, there it is. I didn't see it for a minute. Now I see it.
Okay. Okay. So you can see my screen.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to a spreadsheet, and I'm going to name it Public Policy number 1. Hit OK. And I'm going to go through this really quick, or as quick as I can. What I'm doing now is I'm going to add-ons, and that's the topic of our Google Hangouts today, are add-ons. And the one I'm going to work with today is Doctopus. And so I just hit add-ons, and I go to Doctopus. And Doctopus asks me to select a roster. So I'm going to go back to my student information form that you guys took just a second here. But I'm going to build a new roster. And I'm going to do it on this sheet. I'm going to create the roster. So I got first name, last name, email. So now back to the form. So take a second. And so building a roster would be a one-time shot. That was the last name, was it not? Nope. And then email. There might be a faster way to do this, I don't know. So again, this would be one time. And refresh. We're going to call you guys Doctopus class period dark 30. Okay. Now, here's the first thing I can do. I can hit create class folders, and it's going to automatically organize my folders. Were you guys able to see that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So right away I've got Octopus class period dark 30, like as in period 8 or something like that. And then I've got you've got different folders that it sets up. It sets up a teacher folder that would be just edit. So if you drop something in there, kids could, just edit it. So it just sets up those folders for you. But the other thing it sets up is one folder, and there's a view one as well. But then it sets up a folder called students, and inside that is a folder for every kid, which would be you guys. And that's where your work would be. So it's nice and organized that way. So I create and share those folders. Let's see how long it takes. Save roster and continue. So now that's actually how you would create a class roster right there. So this step would be a one-time thing, and then from here on in would be the step where you basically were adding an assignment. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's different kinds of assignments. You can do individual or group. I'm just going to do individual. Individual, all the same, so everybody gets the same exact assignment. This is sort of the worst part. You could be doing something else while you're doing this. Okay, so now there's some settings. First one is the kids. You're going to be sharing out the document from this spreadsheet. All right, so the kids are going to do the work, and their work is going to be done on the document that you're sending out from here. So you can set editing privileges for the kids for each other's assignments. Like if you want the kids to be able to view each other's assignments but not edit, you can set that here. Or not. You can also, and what you're going to do here is this is where you're going to say allow the kid to edit. And this would allow the kid to create the document, work on the document. And then there's an option here for them to not be able to change sharing settings. Roster quiz folders. And I'm going to save and continue. And if you guys have questions, go for it. So that one of the issues with it, obviously, I think, is how long it takes just to go through that. Okay, so now I'm going to choose the folder that I want to find my assignment in. I'm going to get it out of here, Doctopus assignments. And where is it? I'll do this one. I can do that. Oh, it's still working.
So should these folders be showed up in the shared with me folder that we have?
I would think so.
Okay, so I shouldn't be able to see the folder that you just made for me.
I don't think it's actually made them yet. It comes to a point here where you go through a series of sort of checkoffs before it actually goes through.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and right now, I don't know if you guys can see this. It still looks like it's working. I'm gonna just get out of that for a minute. Maybe this is, oh, choose folder. Okay, trying to. There we go. It's not letting me. Oh, the dang Google.
Because we're live and you're trying to do it. Because we did it the other day and it worked. There was no problem.
I guess. Who knows?
You did it the other day with me and I was the. Remember?
I know. Oh yeah. No, I've done it several times. So what would happen is it allows me to select the assignment. I select it. It gives me a checkoff, and then a checkoff where I'm approving the sharing settings between the kids and between me and the kids, and the folders. And then you do it, and then on the spreadsheet itself, you get a link to the assignment that the kid gets. Does that make sense?
What?
Probably lost everybody.
I have a question, Dan, because I'm writing advantages and disadvantages on the doc as you're doing this.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I don't like is if you have to go into individual folders, because that would drive me like insane. If I had 90 kids and I have to go into 90 folders.
No, what you would do is you'd work off the spreadsheet.
Right. So you get the link to the assignment. So I'm writing this as I'm saying it. So you don't have to go into each individual folder.
Yeah.
That's what I'm putting all this on, putting advantages and disadvantages on the doc.
And why don't do you want to take them through maybe EasyBib while I try to get forward here with this?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's flip to me for a second. And let me go into.
Or we just bring the budget with us. We have a bunch of food in the turtle tank. Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
What's that?
She's a little more reliable.
So let me take over for a sec, and I am going to share.
He's like, yeah, the car was only here 2 days. He's like, I know you said somebody was supposed to be here, but they weren't here.
Someone's talking. Okay, so here's my Google Docs. I'm going to show you my two favorites while he's doing that. So I'm going to create a new document because why not? I've got so many. And let's call this, I can't call it test. I'll have to call it something else. I will call it practice. Or Hangout practice so I can find it. I hit OK. And if you look up here under my add-ons, I have 3 that I really like. I'll show you 2. The first one, if I can click on add-ons here, let me get rid of this. Jeez. Just making sure I'm clicking. Oh, there it is. See how I'm having trouble with that button? There we go. So Easy Bib Creator is one that I really like. The other one is Text Help Study Skills. But let me show you Easy Bib. So if I am doing some research, I just click on my add-on, and if I want to cite a source, I can put in a book, I can search for a journal article or a website. So suppose I was researching dogs, and I have this page that I came up with, dog breeds from Pet Finder. So I just want to look at that. So I'm collecting my research, and now I want to cite it. So I can just go to website, put the website link in there, and I don't have to leave Google Docs. I think that's the thing.
That's a nice piece.
You would presume right now that I would have my notes here on this page. So I would select it because I say, oh yep, that's the one I want. I select it, and it says Add Bibliography to Doc, and I just click Add Bibliography to Doc, and obviously I decide if it's MLA or APA first, and there's the beginning of my work cited. So every time I could have 2 docs open, one where I'm doing my research and taking my notes, and the other one where I was doing my work cited, and that's how easy it is.
Anne?
Yeah?
Did you know that you can use EasyBib as a search engine?
Yes. I think that actually, I would use it like this once in a while, but not all the time. Because
I'm just thinking that for kids, having it be right there, and it gives them another reason to use EasyBib, because they can say, can you go back to your EasyBib?
Well, I'm just going to go right here and just show them what you're talking about. If I go to New Document, I'm just going to create another quick document, and I'm going to call this Test this time, or something like that. Or I'll call it Research. I'll call it Research. And I think everybody knows about this, that you could go to Tools and do your research right in your doc. And when you're researching, if I do everything, and is this what you were talking about, Peggy?
No, go back to EasyBib.
Okay. Oops. Here.
Yeah, go to your EasyBib
add-on.
Yeah.
Easier said than done. For some reason, that little add-on button doesn't like to work for me. So, right, that's what you can search.
Go to Manage Bibliography. Now, if you type into your EasyBib, if you say that you knew you had a website that had to do with dogs, okay, if you go to regular EasyBib, you would get...
it doesn't work. I know what you're talking about. It doesn't work. It works, and I don't really want to confuse people. It works on the extension, but not the add-on.
Yeah, it works on the website itself.
On the extension. Up here, I don't want... This is like more information than people need. See this little orange thing here? That's my
EasyBib
extension. But this is just an add-on.
Okay.
So it works a little bit different. Yeah. So if I was in something called I just need a blank document for a sec. Let me go to...
You got yours, research.
What's that?
You had it there, research.
Oh, there it is. I just
document.
wanted a blank page here. If I go back to add-ons, I'll just show you the other one, because Dan's probably almost ready. Dan, you ready? You done?
No, it's still not doing it. Oh, yes, it
Then I'll
is.
show you this other one.
Good.
This is my favorite. It's called Text Help Study Skills. And what's really cool is if kids have writing, you can highlight right in Google Docs. It brings it up on the right. So if they're taking notes,
Really like your notes, Anne.
so they're taking notes, they can highlight their notes. So I'm going to use, you can only highlight selected text, so I'll highlight this gibberish. I can highlight that in blue. I can highlight this in yellow. And what's really cool is so they're taking their notes, and then they can collect their highlights. So if I hit collect highlights, it brings it to sort highlights by, I can sort them by position or color. I'm going to sort them by color, not that it's going to matter because I only have 2 colors. And they actually take the highlights, and it says your highlights document has been created. Click here to open it. So now instead of having all my notes, I have a document that is just taken out my highlights.
That's
So
pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And it's pretty easy to, you probably see this thing popping up once in a while that says help on mine. This costs $100 per student to get the full version. And it'll do some of the same things. It does a bunch of other stuff. It has a built-in prediction, word prediction software. It has a built-in dictionary. It has a picture dictionary. But it's $100 per student. What this will do, which I'm not going to press on, my trial ran out, which is why everything is grayed out. The only thing that this will do is it will read anything in a Google Doc to a student. So it does have that value. If I push this now, we're going to hear gobbledygook because I don't have words, but the voice is really amazing too. So you can play whatever in a Google Doc, and you can pause it, you can stop it. That's kind of cool too.
So Jean Kasinkas, you could use that with students in the middle school. Turn on your mic.
Oh, is Jean muted?
Jean, you're muted.
Thanks. My wife came downstairs. Yeah, I think it's useful, but I definitely wouldn't pay the $100 a person for it.
Well,
But
you are paying $100 per person. One student does have it. But anyway.
You are paying it? Really?
Well, I'm not paying it.
Oh,
Somebody's
I'm
paying it. But anyway, only one. But on the full version of text help is you have the prediction software, you have the predictive speech, sort of like, what's that other one that's really expensive? That has
co-writer?
Yeah, so it's got the predictive speech, it's got the built-in dictionary, built-in visual dictionary. It will read it to you. It will has the text-to-speech. It has the highlighting tools. It has the collecting highlights. But for free, without paying, the only thing you're getting really is the predictive speech and the dictionaries if you pay the $100. Because with the add-on, you could get the highlighting tools. And just with the free extension, you can get the speech to text, which you could get anyway. So I don't know that it's worth $100.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know if it would be worth, a student having how important the predictive text and the dictionary and the visual dictionary. That's what I was trying to say. It's got a built-in visual dictionary too.
Yeah, it certainly could fit for some students and probably really enhance their program, but I don't know if it's something we would want to provide on a regular basis. But
right. Well, the free, you get a lot with the free stuff.
Yeah. No, I like the free.
Yeah, I like the highlighting because for kids to be able to, when kids are researching, we all know that they're copying and pasting no matter what we teach them and tell them to do. I copy and paste when I'm doing research. It's something you do. But to be able to highlight that and put it in a different form and then build on that, you could have a good set of notes. Because I know sometimes if kids have a tendency to copy and paste everything that they see. And so at least now they'd highlight and then take that, and that would be on another document. So we're getting further and further away from pure plagiarism, I think, with it, maybe.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Great tool.
Yeah. There's a lot of add-ons and there's a lot of extensions, and the add-ons are built into the doc, like like Dan was showing you. Is it done yet, Dan?
I don't know what's going on with this thing. Yeah, I'm really bummed.
Yeah. Well, that has a lot of advantages, and you have to do it per assignment. Did we ever talk about eBackpack?
Yeah, maybe we should. There's just a comparison thing.
Yeah. eBackpack is sort of kind of, in a way, similar. And am I still sharing my screen? No, I stopped. Let me share it again. In eBackpack, the difference would be that, oh good, I was trying to do it so you couldn't see the grades. You create an assignment. This is, I'm being Carrie Hoteling now, so if Carrie's watching, sorry, I'm you. I don't have any classes. So she put in 2 assignments, and this is the first one I'm looking at now. To put in an assignment is pretty easy. You just click on, I'm going to see if I could do it while I'm her. You click on folder actions, and you add an assignment. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to do it in her eBackpack. You name the assignment. You can put instructions. When you want to collect it, and you click add. So that's basically what she did here. Once you add an assignment, the kids have already been built into the system. So in other words, we've already uploaded every student in the district. I don't know if it's 612, Nate?
That's correct. I think it's 512, but yes.
Okay. Oh, yes, it's 512. That's right, because we have 5th grade teachers using it. So they're all in there. So the kids, I taught, I've gone in to a couple of classes in the middle school and the elementary school and taught the kids, but I really didn't have to teach them. It was so intuitive that I went in and the kids said, "Where is eBackpack?" and they figured it out on their own. And some kids didn't, and I helped some kids. The rest just figured it out. So they go to the website for eBackpack, which is on the student page of of our Falmouth Schools website. They log in with their Power School username and password. They click on the assignment from the teacher, and they upload it directly from Google Docs. The first time, they have to connect eBackpack to Google Docs, which takes about 10 seconds, and then they just hit, it's not upload, it's turn in. They hit turn in. It's very intuitive, and then they find it in their actual Google Doc folder comes up, they find it, they click on it, and they turn it in, and they're done. And then the teacher sees this, what you're seeing here, and oops, I didn't want to show the grades, so I'm not going to go down any farther. And you can see here it says I clicked on assignment submissions, and you see everything that was turned in. Oh, but you can't go down there. If I clicked missing, you would see the missing ones would show up in white, and if I turned off turned in, you just see the missing ones. So there's one student missing the assignment, and you see all you have to do is uncheck turned in, make sure missing is checked, and you see before anybody's left the room in about 10 seconds who's turned it in. And then with an iPad, you can bring it up on the iPad and write directly on the document using the iPad. So, for example, what Carrie Hoteling did was she had them hand in, they did a couple of Google presentation slides, like 3, I think they did for her. She had them upload that and the rubric. And then she sat there while they were presenting in class, and she had her iPad open with the rubric, and she graded it. So she could check the boxes on the rubric because it was on the iPad using a stylus. She could circle things. She could handwrite. She could switch to typing if she wanted. And she did that. And she collected the slides just so she could go back and look at them. And the other thing we were talking about is you can't have, with an iPad, 2 screens open at once. So she was thinking she could have the rubric open on her iPad, and the slides, if she had to go back and look at them, she could have the slides open on her laptop and be looking at the slides while she was grading the assignments on her iPad. So, the advantages to eBackpack are that you still have the disadvantage, or if you want to call it a disadvantage, you still have to do one assignment at a time. The advantage is you see everything all at once. You grade everything right in eBackpack. The huge disadvantage with eBackpack is that if it's not shared with you, so you can't go in. It's something where they were doing a writing project where you wanted to see what they were doing over long term. If they were writing over a week and you wanted to see what they were doing, they'd still have to share it via Google Docs, so you wouldn't see it. This is really just for collecting work and then grading it. You could grade it by hand and then handing it back to the students without paper. That's pretty much what this is good for. And you can, just like when you add assignments in Power School, once you add an assignment, you can just, check a box and you do copy. You click on in here copy folder, which is the same as a copy assignment, and then it automatically goes to all your classes.
Do the kids like it?
I don't know. They didn't seem to care one way or the other, actually, to tell you the truth.
Interesting.
Nate, when you said we had that 512, does that mean we've purchased it for all the students?
Is it purchased, Nate, or is it a trial right now?
It is a purchase. You can pretty much call it a slightly expensive trial. Right. We got an incredibly good deal through July. So, I mean, we're not paying full price for what we're doing this spring.
How many people are using it?
I've got 2 teachers in the 5th grade, and then there's, at the middle school, there's 3 6th grade teachers, 2 7th grade teachers, 3 8th grade teachers, and the GT teacher. So, I mean, quite a few. Enough that hopefully we'll get good feedback to see how they like it.
Thanks.
I mean, so far I haven't. There've been a few glitches, and they call me, and we sort of figure it out together. We had one, actually, Carrie Hoteling, when she was working with it the other day. She got to a point, and all of a sudden the rubrics, it just said loading, and they wouldn't load on her iPad. So she called me over, and I looked, and I said, well, try to quit out and go back into the app, like we would say on a computer, and that worked. She just had to close the app and go back into it, and it worked. Mm-hmm. So it's been little glitches like that, but nothing major yet.
All right, I'm ready.
And really, just in Dan's defense, the other day when we did this, it worked. What Dan's going to show you worked slick. It didn't.
Yeah, all right. So let me share my screen again. We'll see if this. I'm now dubious. All right, and my desktop. And here we go. All right, back to public policy. So to sort of catch us up, remember that you guys filled out a form to give me your names and your emails. Doctopus is an add-on. Here's the setup. If you leave a document or you stop mid-process, this is how you would sort of pick it up. And we were beyond the roster. We'd made a roster, and we'd set our sharing arrangement where we decided whether or not the document would be shared between people, and then shared with us. And now I've chosen already. This was where I got hung up on what to copy and distribute. So I've navigated to that folder, which I had named Doctopus. I spelled it wrong. Doctopus Assignments. And I'm going to just select the assignment that I want. And I hit Save and Continue. And it automatically names the assignments. And for those of you guys who are having stuff handed in right now with Google, that's pretty awesome. So it names the assignments, it dumps it in a folder, I can notify everybody, meaning everybody in the class, the moment I do this. I'm going to create that folder with this name. Gives me a little pop-up explaining that folder was created. Save and continue. Right. So here's the big check page where you're checking all the levels of sharing, and the document that you're sharing. The name of the the template probably to an assignment, and then I'm going to just run it and share it with everybody. So now you should be getting that assignment, and you can see on my page, on my spreadsheet, it has now expanded, and I'm now the assignments are now being made, right? So you're all getting this assignment, and that is what you would be doing your work on, and that's why it would be organized. You'd be working off just this particular spreadsheet.
Dan, can you add me?
Who's that?
Peggy.
Sure. So I could. That's a good question. Can I add you now? I don't know, Peggy. Before, at the beginning, there was a point where I was. That's a really good question. I wonder. Let's try it. I'm gonna go get your. Well, hang on. Actually, let me just keep going. So all that would happen is you'd get this document. I'm gonna click on Nate's document. So here's Nate's, and Nate, if you're there, maybe you can write something. So he'd be writing his name. See how it's already named up in the top left-hand corner.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys are going to see this, but in the top right here is this little eyeball. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
And that's a little add-on, and it's called Gubrick. So I'm going to go back now to my public policy paper, and I'm going to attach a rubric to the assignment. So I just hit the attach rubric piece there. Select your rubric. I know I already took Becca's public policy paper and turned it into a rubric as a spreadsheet in Google Docs. And what's going on here? I did this. Okay. Try that again. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, and attach Gubrick to the assignment. Good. Oh, and you'll see this is going to change my my spreadsheet. All right. So now that rubric, I don't know, can you guys see that? That's how it kind of appears with your paper. So I'm just going to click out of that. Underneath it, you can see my spreadsheet now has got. Oops. So I've got. Well, let's go to Nate's document so you can see. So if I was editing this, here's Nate's. Oh, very good, Nate. And,
Wow.
Is he the man or what? Telling you. All right. So anyway, let's assess him. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to hit my little Gubrick doohickey. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So I know Nate, so it's got to be good. So I give him 4. 4. It's nice.
He plagiarized this from Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me put a quote there.
Quick quotations, Nate.
There you go. Okay.
All right, maybe MLA format. I'll give him a 2. It's kind of nice that it darkens it up.
That's good.
I love Nate. And submit and paste, and then, so that goes right into the doc.
Nice, Nate.
And may the fourth be with you.
So see that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, then you go back to the spreadsheet, and it's got, the scores are in there,
Nice.
right? And the other thing is you can assess it again, and it will either give you the latest score or the average of the scores. So it's, if it's working, it's not that bad. Now there's a couple bummers. One is that it took a while to do this, and you'd have to do it. I think you'd have to do it for every class, and you'd want to assign something. But I mean, this used to be not possible at all. The Doctopus app was nothing. So it's, in a way, it's really encouraging, because I can see how this would be a way to really have, just through Google Apps, an organized inbox. And the rubric piece is nice too. You guys have any questions on that one?
I don't have any current applications for it, but if I did it, that was pretty fast. But I guess that's the nice thing about Google Hangout. You could, take it through and watch it again and take it slow.
Absolutely. Actually, if you look at the document, there's I put two links, one to Doctopus and one to Gubrick, and both those videos are pretty good about explaining how to do each.
Okay.
So you could definitely do that, and you could even direct somebody else, who is just interested with those two videos.
Do I have to use Gubrick through Doctopus, or if I wanted to, use Gubrick to grade, say, the public policy papers, without setting up Doctopus for this year, could I do that?
That's a good question. I think you need to. I think they're connected. I didn't see a way to use Gubrick. So Gubrick is a Chrome extension.
Yeah.
And so you get there. It's an extension. So I don't know. I haven't figured out a way to use it. Maybe there is though, Becca. I don't know. That was slick, right?
Yeah.
Having it just pop right up right there. It's nice how. I like how it puts the grades right into the spreadsheet, but
yeah.
So there you go.
I was going to show you how to use how you can do a rubric on the iPad and eBackpack, but I'm afraid if I screen share with my iPad, I don't know what's going to happen.
So I'm going to blow up.
Well, what's going to happen? Let me try. Can you see that? No, I have to. Let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can do this. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work or not. I am screen sharing my iPad. There we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So here is a rubric. If I could get out of that, I would, but it doesn't seem to. Oh, I've got to click on my iPad. So right now I'm on my iPad, and let me get rid of that too. So here's the rubric. So I can use the pen. I can change the color. I can make it a little bit, do whatever, pretty much whatever I want. I can make it a little bit thicker. Oops, wrong one. I can make it a little bit thicker. Oops, too thick. And then I could circle things. You could see that she checked things off. I'm going to go back and take off anything I do. But what she was doing was checking off on the rubric. And she wrote some words on it. It doesn't have a name on it. That's why I figured, because you don't have to worry about names. I feel like I'm doing dueling apps here with Dan. You don't have to worry about the name, because in eBackpack, when you pull it up, everything it's related to the student's name. So when I see this in eBackpack, I'm clicking on the student's name to get to this. It's in that document folder, so I know that's what they uploaded to that folder. So the kids did have to upload the rubric, and then there's my rubric, and I can do whatever I want. Now I'm going to undo everything I just did. So it's back to, and the other cool thing is when you go to complete review, you can go complete and open next, and it automatically opens the next, well, in this case it was a slide, the next slide. And then you go to mark it, and up comes your, I'm not going to touch this, but if I hit the pencil, I could actually write on this, and I can look at the different slides in this PowerPoint. Isn't that kind of cool? I'm going to get out of here before I do something and hurt something here. In this. Getting out of here. So it's almost 9 o'clock.
I know. So I wanted to talk about the Twitter thing, but maybe that'll be another time.
Well, we have a couple of minutes.
So for those of you who weren't here, last time we had a hangout, we were talking about developing a Twitter feed for our district, a place where we could, for those of you familiar or not familiar with Twitter, it's, you have to very quickly make your point. So for you to very quickly and easily share stuff within our district, we thought, let's use a Twitter feed. So we were talking about ways to do it last time, and we settled on a hashtag. And I'm thinking that with the constraint that I don't think a hashtag will work, because I'm thinking that any kid could then publish to our website, which would violate our board's policy. Correct, Nate?
Right, that's correct. If we put any link on the website, it can't go to any place that students can update.
And if you use a hashtag and we embed the what do we call that when you have a place where all the hashtags go? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Kevin.
Hashtag.
A hash. You know what I mean? When you search for a hashtag and they all come up in one place, you could actually you could embed that into the well, could you? I don't even know if you could, but if we did that,
sure.
Anytime anybody used that hashtag, it would be shown live on the site.
Yeah.
We can't use a hashtag if we want unless we just did it and didn't put a link to it on the website.
Which is too bad, because I don't know how else to get that done. Does anybody else who use it, or Becca, you use it? Do you use Twitter?
Use Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody else?
I do.
Mark?
I know, but Mark's not here.
Yeah.
The only thing to do is have an account, like a Falmouth account, where everybody had the password and you would tweet as that account. Like I was on, I think it was Yarmouth High School, and they have an I think it's @YHS or something like that. And it looked to me actually like they had kids running it, but I'm not sure. But they were all posting as YHS or whatever it was.
I would be happy to, retweet things, I guess.
Maybe use the FalConnect hashtag and then have...
And then just retweet anything with that?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of our Twitter account? Are we talking that we want to get new, how does Yarmouth use it? Are they getting news out? Are we getting tech news out? Are we...
Well, I've seen it in a couple of different places. Yarmouth was using it as their actual high school had a Twitter account for news. So they would have, scores of games and whatever the case may be. But then Dan and I saw it on, where did we see it, Dan?
Mount Ararat.
Mount Ararat, that was it. I was looking for that the other day. I couldn't find it. And they were using it professional development, so they were sharing things professionally, like, all the I mean, I come up with so many great things on Twitter, I can't even come up with it. So they were sharing some of that on their, it was like their professional development page on their website.
Right. Which is what I was thinking, just a place for us to share things internally, that we come across that might help each other.
Maybe it's something to think about and start up in the fall, but, if we had a professional development page and I guess we'd still have to do the hashtag. I guess we'd have to do the retweeting, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kathy Potter had a bunch of uses she was using through the Elementary School Librarians Association or something. Is that correct? Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She moderates a Twitter hangout, so to speak, but on Twitter. And then what they do with that, which is another interesting thing, but you could actually storify it. That's not a bad idea, Dan. Good thinking, Gene.
What's that?
So in other words, we all tweet and we use the hashtag, but then we don't post that. We take it at the end of a week, storify it, and then post that.
Oh.
There's also an add-on called Twitter Curator, which is an add-on on a Google Doc.
Yeah.
And search for a hashtag, and then it puts it all on one page, on one Google Doc.
Is there any way to categorize it? Just because I could see it being, certain categories would be of more interest to other, to quickly look at it.
Use more hashtags, but I don't know if you could do that after the fact. You know what I mean? Once it's in Storify or it's on the Google Doc, I don't know that you could. You know what I mean? I don't think you could do anything with it after that. I don't know. Something to think about, though. Well,
thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
And if anybody was interested in professional development hours, you can get an hour if you were here the whole hour. Not exactly sure what you have to do to get that, but Dan, would we have to do something, or?
I don't know. I would say just probably write up a certificate or something would be the easiest thing to do.
Actually, I just got an email from Kathy on it because I'm looking at doing it through the special ed piece and for district meetings, and she said, confirm with Sean, PLCSS chair, that they're eligible for contact hours. So I assume you've done that. I did that, and then
yeah, I did.
Certificate of attendance, and Kathy can just send you one, and then you fill in the blanks.
Yeah, Sean's thing was just make sure that you're doing it for an hour, and that's
and that the topic was
right, school.
Yeah.
So I say we qualified.
Yeah.
From the comfort of our own homes.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It is
all right, now. Guys. See everybody tomorrow.
I really like the decor.
Thank you for doing this. Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.
Thanks.